Welcome back. So now I'm going to discuss relationships. So relationships allow you to link two things together in a relation way. So for example, patients have appointments. So we can create a relationship between them, and then if a patient's ever deleted, it'll delete all the appointments related to the patient. And the relationship also guarantees that any appointments we create need to have a patient ID that exists in the patient's table. So it also allows to prevent errors, essentially. So before we continue, I've deleted all the records in these tables. You need to do the same because in the appointments table, we had a patient ID of 0, which will prevent us creating a relationship because there's no patient with a patient ID of 0. So delete all the records in the patients and the appointments. Do that now because it won't work if you don't. Once you've done that, pause the video till you've done that, and then once you've done that, go to Medical DB, click Medical DB so it shows us the tables, and over here you'll see More, click Designer, and then over on the left here you'll see Create Relationship, click that, and it's going to say Select Reference Key. Now the reference key in this case will be the patient ID of the patient in the patient's table, so click that. And it'll say select foreign key. So select the patient ID down here. Press OK. Oh, missing index on columns. Okay, let me show you how to do that then. Click the appointments table in the Medical DB. Click structure. Check the patient ID and press the index by here. And that'll add an index to the patient ID, allowing us to create a relationship for it. So back to the Medical DB, we're going to go back to More and go back to the Designer. Okay, brilliant. Now once you're here, we're going to go back to what we did, Create Relationship, select Reference Key. So we're going to select the patient ID because that's the reference key because we're making a relationship between the patient and the appointment. So the reference key is the patient ID, the primary key. So press that and it's going to say Select Foreign Key. Select the patient ID in the appointments table. Now it says Create Relationship. And here it says On Delete, On Update. So select On Delete and you do Cascade. And that'll delete it. That'll delete all the appointments if we ever delete the patient. On Update, you can keep that as it is. Press OK. And there we are. You can see it's drawn a line to represent the relationship. Okay, brilliant. So we've just created a relationship between the two, and now I'm going to show you how that works. So go back to the patients table here. We're going to create a patient again, and you can just put random data in here because it doesn't really matter. I'm just demonstrating how the database works. So he was born on 1st of June this year. Press go, and there we've just created a new patient. Okay, brilliant. So I'll let you catch up a second. Okay. Go to the appointments. We're going to insert a new appointment. And now leave the appointment ID blank because it's auto increment, remember. And we're going to just put the patient address. And I'm just going to make that up. And you'll see the patient ID here. It lets me select a patient. See that? So if I press that, and press go, it creates a new patient for that patient ID. So you can see it only allows us to create appointments for patients that exist, and that's thanks to the relationship. So now go back to patients, and I want you to delete the patient. Press OK. Go back to appointments, and wow, it's disappeared. And that's a really handy feature, right? Because it's disappeared because we made a relationship and we said that if the patient gets deleted, then we should delete all the appointments associated to it. So this is how powerful databases are. So that's relationships for you.